Books impact mind of a person and help in shaping his personality. While writing a book, author must keep this point in mind. A good author is one who avoids prejudices and biasness and try to be objective in his writing. Let us now discuss who can be called as best writer for all time. Ben Jonson is best known as a playwright and contemporary of William Shakespeare. Jonson made a claim about the universal and transhistorical value of Shakespeare's writing by saying that he was not of an age but for all time. So far, Jonson's claim has been proved correct. Shakespeare's plays are still performed for audiences that span the globe. On the other hand, Jonathan Bate, in his book The Genius of Shakespeare, written in 1998, suggested that the globalization of Shakespeare might have had as much to do with the extension of the British Empire over large parts of the globe in the years after his death. Had the history of the Spanish Empire taken a different course, perhaps Lope de Vega, the acclaimed playwright of the Spanish Golden Age, might today enjoy Shakespeare's global repute. So, is Shakespeare's genius an innate quality of his being, or a matter of contingent and historical construction? Let us now study some important literary terms. First is aesthetic. Aesthetic is that which concerns beauty or the appreciation of beauty. According to dictionary, aesthetic is an adjective which is concerned with beauty or art. The definition of aesthetic is being interested in how something looks and feels. Aesthetic means the pleasant, positive, or artful appearance of a person or a thing. An example of someone who is aesthetic might be an artist. An artist is someone who loves art. Another example of a thing which is aesthetic might be a beautiful house. Aesthetics covers both natural and artificial sources of aesthetic experience and judgment. It considers what happens in our minds when we engage with aesthetic objects or environments, such as in viewing visual art, listening to music, reading poetry, experiencing a play, exploring nature, and so on. The philosophy of art specifically studies how artists imagine, create, and perform works of art, as well as how people use, enjoy, and criticize their art. It deals with how one feels about art in general, why they like some works of art and not others, and how art can affect our moods or even our beliefs. Second literary term is aestheticism. Aestheticism is a 19th century literary movement whose adherents asserted the importance of artistic autonomy from social and moral concerns and who advocated the value of the aesthetic as an end in itself. This meant that art from this movement focused more on being beautiful rather than having a deeper meaning. That is, art for art's sake. Oscar Wilde is considered as the father of aesthetics, which is the literary study of beauty in its natural form and its human perception. Art for art's sake movement emphasized the visual and sensual qualities of art and design over practical, moral, or narrative considerations. Second literary term is allusion. Let us study what is allusion. Allusion, an implicit reference usually to another work of literature, a specific quotation, or to a particular person or event. The use of allusion tends to presume shared knowledge between the author and reader. Therefore, an allusion is when a piece of writing tries to hint at a person, place, thing, literature, or art. An allusion is when we hint at something and expect the other person to understand what we are referencing. Some common allusions used in literature are Achilles' heel, which is known as a weakness a person may have. Apollo, a physically perfect male, the god of music and light. Apollo was known for his physical beauty. Let us now move ahead to our second literary term, which is ballad. Ballad is a poetic form of great antiquity, often narrating a popular tale. Material is often drawn from community life, legend, or folklore. Ballads rely on simple and easy to understand language or dialect from its origin. Stories about hardships, tragedies, love, and romance are standard ingredients of the ballad. Another conspicuous element of any ballad is the recurrence of certain lines at regular intervals. Ballads can also be in interrogative form with appropriate answers to every question asked. Ballads seldom offer a direct message about a certain event, character, or situation. It is left to the audience to deduce the moral of the story from the whole narration. Next term is canon. The list of works accepted as being genuinely written by the author. The term usually refers to authorized religious writings. In a more general sense, any group of work that is deemed to have been especially influential or important. Some would argue that universities play a major role in establishing what is regarded as a literary canon, although the boundaries of such a canon are always open to debate. Next is dialectic. Dialectic is a process of logical disputation that attempts to establish the truth of given conditions or opinions. It is a philosophical method of resolving apparent contradictions that has been influential in Western philosophy since antiquity. Dialectic is defined as the art of determining the truth by the logical exchange of ideas and opinions. A philosophical logical discussion using questions and answers on ethics or social problems is an example of dialectic. Dialectical thinking is a form of analytical reasoning that pursues knowledge and truth as long as there are questions and conflicts. Next term is discourse. In Foucault's terminology, the process by which knowledge is constituted, along with the social practices, kinds of subjectivity, and relations of power that are intrinsic in such kinds of knowledge, it is in discourse that knowledge and power meet. In easy sense, the definition of discourse is a discussion about a topic either in writing or face to face. An example of discourse is a professor meeting with a student to discuss a book. The four primary aims of discourse are to persuade, to inform, to discover for one's own needs, and to create. Discourse can be described as the expression of thought through language. The person who has written the most on this topic, or at least the most famous, is Michel Foucault. He talks about discourse as a form of power. In short, by controlling discourse, one can create not only categories of thought but also shape a society. Please do like, share, and comment if you like my content. Also, subscribe to my channel. I would bring another video on few more literary terms. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.